That way, which very, very rough way of learning the business.
His choir boy voice meant he was soon performing across the country as a successful soprano singer, but Mother Nature had other plans.
Al Jolson, after his voice broke, he started to whistle. Now, that was the cue for my father to have me taught whistling. And that was the start of a new career. See, so, I whistled ever since. I never really went back to the singing, but I went to the whistling, and most of my work was with whistling. And the whole thing, I was very lucky in a way, because if I got stage fright, I could never forget the words. So I've never had that problem.
When Bobbie's whistling act finally ran out of steam, he took over the family jewellery business and later became a photographer. But he still remembers the heyday of the theatre. He once starred at Southsea Pier with Harry Seacombe.
There was 2 theatres, and they had concerts there. Mainly, I think it was a talent show. But the main theatre, looking at it, it was a typical sort of seaside theatre, and full of bustle. And of course, then it burnt down by Ken Russell, who was making a film there, and it never really got back to its natural status. Now, of course, it's just an amusement park. It's an entirely different cup of tea as it was in the older days.
Just past the pier, the Savoy Ballrooms was one of his mum's and dad's favourite haunts.
It was a wonderful place, the Savoy Ballrooms. That was in opposite the South Parade Pier. Now it's a nightclub, I believe. Yes, well, all the biggest bands came down to play there. I used to do the dancing competitions there, and Mr. Turner was the manager, Barney Shine was the owner, and of course my husband and I knew all these people. We were always together with all of them, and it was a wonderful time. Foxtrots and quick steps, all that type of dancing, not so much the jitterbug and so on, but mostly dancing and what there is today. But there was a lot of ballroom dancing that they brought the girls and, entertaining and so on. That was a big show, like they do in Blackpool there. They did at the Savoy Hotel, the Savoy Ballrooms.
If you didn't have a guy, you could always grab a girl. All that mattered was that you were dressed to the nines.
In those days you dressed up, yes. All in your glad rag, yes, you did. I was a dressmaker in my teenage, so I knew what dresses were. They were 3 ankle-length dresses those days, not too long, not too short, oh no, didn't have all that business. But nice evening dresses, the ladies looked beautiful, the men had suits, not jeans, never knew what jeans were.
Well, there'll be no jeans tonight. Everyone's getting dressed up. The new Theatre Royal is keeping the old music alive with a 40s and 50s evening. And Bobbie is topping the bill.